Next up, we've got Paco. Next up, we've got Vetiver. So this morning, I get out of the shower, grab this fragrance, spray right here. Guys, within hours, the amount of hair on my chest has doubled. Say what? So let's start things off with a 2-for-1. We've got Heritage by Guerlain and Zino by Davidoff. Now, some people are going to say these are twins separated at birth, and I have to say, yeah, but this one's a little bit more elegant, more expensive. This one is going to be probably more versatile and easier to find. So which one's right for you guys? Very similar journey. We start off with bergamot, which is a citrus, and lavender right at the top. Then we go through a little bit of pepper. This one, a little bit, I feel, more of the pepper. And then when we get to the base, we've got that beautiful vanilla with a woodsy feel on both of them. I love them both, but guys, when it comes down to it, both of these amazingly classic fragrances, very masculine. You should look to add them to your collection. Now, if those last fragrances sound a little bit too complicated for you, you want something simple, you're going to love this. Vetiver by Guerlain. This one is simple. It is a green fragrance that, yeah, you just simply want to wear it. You want to feel classy. You want a classic smelling fragrance that is very simple. Something that when you wear it, people are like, wow, he smells really good, and they move on. This is your masculine fragrance. All right, so you like the idea of a green fragrance, but you want something a little bit more complicated than just straight vetiver. Guys, check out Polo Green. Been around since 1978, and this has gotten better with time. What I like about this is with the opening right here, a pine forest. Very clean, right? And then we get into the greens and we continue to stay in there. It's an aromatic fragrance. So that means we're going to have like spices. You're going to pick up cloves, a number of other things. And then we get down to the base. And that's where this really pays off. You've got the tobacco. You've got a leather. This is just a man's fragrance. Now, the only issue here is it's a very common fragrance, or at least used to be. But still, guys, this is a classic you can't go wrong with. Next up, we've got Paco Rabanne pour Homme EDT. Now, this one, green bottle. You would think a very green fragrance. This isn't the case. This is a classic barbershop fragrance from 1973. And this one right here, yeah, if you want to experience what it was like to walk into a barbershop in 1979, this is your go-to fragrance. And it looks green, so you're going to think, oh, are we going to get pine? Not exactly. This one, at the top, we've got an aromatic, so you're going to have sage, you're going to have rosemary. But as we get into it, it's the base that we've got oak moss, and it's a cleaner fragrance than what you would expect. Again, a bit soapy, and definitely a barbershop fragrance, but a classic one that every man should have in his collection. Next up, we've got a classic from 1981, Quorum. Now, this has been described as Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Chuck Norris in a bottle. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but I will say that this stuff is solid. If you like that Paco Rabanne pour Homme, then you're going to love this. It's a little bit more animalistic. This is a woody, aromatic fragrance. So we've got that wood right there in the dry down. At the top, we do have also citrus. So you're going to see bergamot. So it's going to come off as a bit fresher at the beginning. But then when we get down to the base, that's where you have the leather. You've got the wood smell to it. This is a classic fragrance, relatively inexpensive, easy to find. I would recommend giving this one a shot if you want a strong masculine fragrance. And yeah, maybe even a bit of Chuck Norris. All right, gents, again, you're getting a 2-for-1. Eau Sauvage and Eau Sauvage Extreme, 1966, 1984. And the way I'll talk about these two fragrances here is that this one has been reformulated, and this is probably closer to what the original was. This one's a bit darker. This is going to be maybe for wearing at night. This is going to be something you could wear in the spring, in the fall. This one is a bit more summer and spring. This is a citrus fragrance at the top. In fact, that's what turns off a lot of guys who are used to modern fragrances and aren't used to how strong this is at the outset. And then we get down to the base, we've got that woody fragrance. It sounds very simple. This is actually a very complicated fragrance. It's a groundbreaker. This one, Alain Delon, actually in 2009, was the face of this thing. I mean, this thing is classic. If you can pull this off, this is one of those ones that just when it gets down to the base, to the heart fragrances, this one really is going to set you apart from all the other guys out there. This one right here, again, a bit stronger. This is going to be what this was originally. And, you know, a lot of people just love it. They feel it's a little bit creamier. They feel that if you enjoy this one, you're going to love this. If you love this, I'm not going to say that you're going to love this one as much because I like this one a bit more. But both of these fragrances right here, classics, you should go out and try. Next up, we've got Yatagon the Turkish Sabre. This one right here is a complex fragrance. Depending on when you wear it, you're going to smell different things, but overall, a very woodsy, you're going to smell pine at the top, and then we get into musk. This is an animalistic fragrance. If you're used to modern fragrances, if you haven't accomplished anything in life, if you're under the age of probably 30, this may not be the fragrance for you. This one requires cojones to pull off. Guys, this fragrance right here has history. This one has been around for a while, and this is a classic. Just practice wearing it. Don't go out there and blind buy this and think that you can wear it tonight. No, you need to practice wearing this thing because, yeah, it takes practice. Hey, you, really quick, if you're enjoying this video, gents, click on that like button. If you don't like the video, click on the dislike. When you engage with these videos, they actually do better. I love hearing from you guys. I use that like indicator to be able to tell, should I make more videos like this? Next up, we've got Pour Homme de Caron. This one's been around for almost 100 years, 1934, gents. Your great-great-grandfather was rocking this stuff. Why? Because it's simple, it's elegant, and it gets the job done. 3 notes: lavender, vanilla, and musk. Sounds simple, but this is one of those fragrances that is simple yet complex. Why? Because you could layer it. So you can put on, a couple sprays in the morning, that afternoon, put on a couple more, that night, put on a couple more, and you're going to find that you're going to get different smells. And that's what a lot of guys talk about this fragrance. In my opinion, has been one that's just stuck around because it's a beautiful combination. It's a work of art. And if you've never tried it, you can pick it up relatively inexpensive and you should add it to your collection. Next up, we've got the legend, which is Aramis. This one's been around since 1966, and that's because it works. Now, what's really interesting about this fragrance is it starts off clean, crisp, woodsy, and then all of a sudden it starts to get complicated. We got a little bit of cinnamon in there. We go through a woody type of feel, and then we hit the leather at the base. Rappers have sang about this. Guys, when you know what fragrance, when it pops up in song, that it's good. This thing is a legend, and it is worth adding to your collection. If you've never tried it, this one you may find you smell it and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is what my father and my cool uncle, what he used to wear, and he used to get tail wearing. Yeah. This is something you want to add to your collection. Now, really quick, before I get into my top 3 masculine fragrances, I want to give it a shout out to Tom Ford.
Very grateful. Thank you very much.
This guy makes some of the best men's fragrances I've ever tried. Very manly, very masculine. Some of my favorites right here. We've got Tom Ford Noir Extreme, and then we've got the Anthracite right here. Both of these just amazing. The Anthracite, a very unique smell. If you've never tried it, it's worth getting a sample and trying it. Then we've got the Ombre Leather. We've got the Oud Wood. If you love oud, this is a great one. And then one of my favorites, probably my signature scent when it comes to a Tom Ford, we've got the Tobacco Vanilla. Coming in at number 3, we've got Egoiste by Chanel. This one hit in 1990, and it really didn't make much of a splash. And today it's really looked over. Everyone goes to Bleu de Chanel, which is a great fragrance. But that one is going to be, everyone's going to be wearing it. This one right here, almost nobody is wearing, and I love it. It's got a very woodsy, very classic, masculine, got a little bit of vanilla with it. But what I really like is it's got rose in it. It's hard to pick up, and the best thing about this fragrance is it doesn't start off how you would expect. But once you wear it, it gets better with time, and it lingers, it gets stronger. It's one of those ones you get a whiff of it and you're like, wow, what is that? So this is a fragrance that takes time. It is a masterpiece in my opinion, and definitely in my top 3 when it comes to masculine fragrances. Coming in at number 2, we've got Yves Saint Laurent's Kouros. This one right here is an animal in a bottle. Musk, honey, leather, and blended perfectly together. On the right guy, this is going to just attract, this is going to attract attention, attract the ladies, or it's going to repel. And that's the thing about this fragrance is you need to understand it's going to polarize. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. And you need to try it for yourself on your own body, see how this works with your chemistry. And what's interesting is a lot of people say the older versions are much stronger. I don't know about that, but I do know what I have here, the new formulation is still pretty darn strong. And this is something that if you've never tried it, you definitely want to give it a shot, but make sure you're not in a duty-free about to get on an airplane because you may just choke out everyone on the plane, or you may have someone jump in your lap. Now, before I get to my number 1, I want to say there's a lot of fragrances I left off this list. If you feel there's something on this list that I should have added, please let me know down in the comments. So coming in at number 1, I know a lot of you guys are going to hate this. I've actually got 2 fragrances. I've got Fahrenheit, and I have Zaharoff Signature. And I'm going to talk about why I put each of these at number one. It's for different reasons. First up, Fahrenheit. This one, if you've never smelt it, this is gasoline. This is an explosion. This is the bad boy in a bottle. When you wear this, you're unapologetic. Hey, you like me or you hate me, but get out of my face because I'm going to have a good time. This fragrance is loud. It's amazing. I love it. I'm wearing it right now. And this one right here is not loud, but it is amazing. And I think incredibly masculine to me. Why? Because it reminds me of growing up. This one has a bit of incense. It's got the myrrh. It is beautifully crafted using great ingredients. And what I love about this one is it reminds me of actually, and of all things, going to church. Growing up in a Catholic church, I remember most of the guys I admired most were the Knights of Columbus. And to see those guys there, doing good for the community. And, I didn't have a dad around at the time. And to me, this is just masculinity. It reminds me of that time period. And guys, that's what I want to stress at the point right here is find the fragrance that works for you. I give you this list, but I want you to go out there and experiment. Find something that just makes you feel good. And however you define being a man, that fragrance describes it for you. So go out there, guys, and find your signature scent. So what video to watch next? How about how to actually wear fragrance? What mistakes you don't want to make? So many guys don't know how to wear a fragrance. I got you covered in this video, gents, right here.